Your life tells a story whether you realize it or not, especially when it comes to God's provision. When you're learning to live from trust in the Lord, awareness of His presence, receiving His supernatural peace and contentment and His love and other gifts, like all of this becomes visible. You may not even realize it. Like, not because like everything's perfect and you're actually being perfect or walking like 100% like Jesus right now. It's just because your posture is different, your heart's different. People will begin to see you, like how you respond, how you carry peace in the stressful situation, how you handle uncertainty, like it's how you talk about the Lord, how like your expectations, your hope, your faith, like all of this actually shows more than you realize. And it actually points back to something greater. Your life becomes a testimony of God's provision, not just in the big moments, but in just everyday steadiness, like your trust, your love, your ability to rest in Him, like release the worries and the stress and to walk in the confidence of the Lord. And here's the most powerful part, like you don't have to force that. That's just the natural byproduct of your walk with the Lord and the more you train your awareness. Because when you remember, like remind yourself that God has provided, God is providing, and God will provide. He will continue to provide. You just naturally live different with this truth. Your life becomes evidence that others can see. This is not the end of the journey when you just start trusting the Lord with your provision, understanding how provision works, receiving more. Like this is just the beginning of a new way of living and a new way of showing the world like who God is and who He could be in their life as well. So what is the story that your life is telling the world about God's provision? And it's not just money, it's the peace, the joy, all these kind of gifts. It's the things not happening. Like you wanted to go somewhere or talk to somebody and plans didn't work out because something bad would have happened. Like that is provision. That's a testimony, that's a story. When people know that story, like that God saved you from a situation, like when I tell people about my narcissistic abuse and relationship and how God got me out of that relationship, it's kind of like, whoa. Like didn't even realize like you went through that and now you're like this, and it's like, how is that possible? And it's always God, right? So our life is a walking testimony. Become aware of like how God's providing for you and like really how it's changing your life. And it's not like you have to put in so much effort. Yes, you can like start a provision tracker or a journal and write down all the ways God provides for you and dates and proof so you have the evidence that you can return to when you forget. But it's just a simple reminder, like a knowingness that God has already provided for you in the past. God is providing for you right now in the moment, and God will continue to provide because Jesus is the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. That is a promise. God's character never changes. He will always provide for you. He is always providing for you, and He will always provide for you because that's who He is. So to show the world who He is through your provision testimony, your life, just walking in trust and love and awareness of God's presence within you, working through you, and always constantly providing what you need, just simply because you're His child. Right? God gives good gifts to His children. He already knows what you need before you even ask Him. He already has a plan to give it to you. Be open to receiving, be open to just showing people how good God is in your life, and let it speak for itself. I love you guys, and I'll see you in another video on provision.